Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Arakak, Wadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and bishops of the great Muslim rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the four elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now you got this war criminal, Satan non-Jew, which, he's wanted for his crimes, abusing his authority, under the powers that be. And it got a lot of citizens pissed off. You got a lot of protesting in the Holy Land. And it's looking like this guy, nothing's going to really happen because he's being protected by the Western Alliance. They're not going to allow nothing to happen to him. They're not going to let justice fall where it may. And we know the real reason why they're trying to keep him, hold him up. Because he's helping them with the objective to remove the Palestinian population, to expand the Israeli occupation throughout the land. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And this agenda been in plan for decades. You can look up the Israel Koenig or the Koenig Memorandum going back to 1976. It was pretty much a proposal to expand the territory. Basically the so-called Greater Israel Project. Then you also had this guy, Ariel Sharon. He was a former Israeli minister, and he had made some comments or statements just back in like the late 90s. As a matter of fact, I got it pulled up, and these are some of the quotes from this particular Israeli minister. So they already had an objective, and now it's being carried out. And that's why this dude that's committing all these crimes, killing all these civilians, nothing's gonna happen to him. All right. These are several quotes. This is the first one. This was in March 25th, 2001. This is from BBC News. It says, Israel may have the right to put others on trial, but certainly no one has the right to put them and the state of Israel on trial. And that's how they feel, they don't have to ever be held accountable. Justice only matters if it's in their favor against someone else that they believe wronged them. But they don't believe in, it going both ways when they do wrong. That sounds exactly like somebody in the scripture, going back to the beginning. Who was the murderer who thought that, once he was going to get punished and receive retribution for the murder of his own brother, what was his mind? How did he react to that? He tried to act like he was a victim, even though he was the perpetrator. He was the murderer. That's them in a nutshell. It says here, everybody has to move, run, and grab as many Palestinian hilltops as they can to enlarge the settlements, because everything we take now will stay ours. Everything we don't grab will go to them. So you see this. And the scriptures say this, in which ultimately, none of them belong there. All right, just to get that understanding, Joel 3 and verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Most High's judgment, and will plead with them plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel. All right, because the real children of Israel are scattered. You got a few of them that are, in the land, and they shouldn't really be there because it's part of the war zone. All right, when World War III kicks off, they're gonna be right in the middle. So it ain't even wise to even be in that land right now. Let these nations fight it out. It says, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. They divided it up among themselves, and now they're fighting over it. And given Esau's nature, scriptures talk about in Habakkuk that he have an evil covetousness. He's as deaf and cannot be satisfied. So the only way to take what he, believes he's entitled to, he resorts to his nature of violence. That's all he knows how to do. Micah 2 and verse 2. And it says, woe to them, Slakia. Yeah, I'll start at 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, in houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And they did that all over the world. All right. So, it's no surprise, that they doing it, where they at, with other people. So one more quote. It says, I'm going to read this one. It says, it's the duty of the leaders to explain to public opinion clearly and courageously a certain number of facts that are forgotten with time. The first of these is that there is no, and you see the word, colonization or the state without the eviction of the Arabs and the expropriation of their lands. It's by the same foreign minister. Okay. So getting into the video. So this guy, he's pretty much carrying out, that proposal. All right. And, under the guise of, these people are terrorists. They're trying to attack us. We got to take them out. We got to create this narrative so that we can feel justified and, basically mass genociding, ethnic cleansing. You're not going to be held accountable. This is Cain's descendants. And we're going to get to that. But let me let's play this now.
Good morning, friends. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live. And the ICC, the International Criminal Court of Justice, there has issued arrest warrants for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his Defense Minister, Mr. Gantz, as well as Hamas's leader. No doubt, all of these people being guilty of crimes against humanity. But as we already know, the United States is already obeying their masters, and they are pushing against the ICC, and they're claiming that this decision by the ICC does not even matter. I want to play for you a small clip here of the ICC in their initial report here.
I can also confirm today that I have reasonable grounds to believe, on the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023. The crimes include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury to body or health or cruel treatment, willful killing or murder, and intentionally directing attacks against a civilian population, as well as crimes against humanity of extermination and or murder, persecution, and allegations of crimes of committing other inhumane acts. It's alleged that these crimes were committed in the context of the ongoing armed conflict and as part of a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population of Gaza, pursuant to a state policy. Unfortunately, these crimes continue to this day. My office submits.
I'll pause it for there. that gives you the gist of it, and yes, the crimes do continue, and some 40,000 people have been killed already. At least those are the ones that we know of.
And those is light numbers in comparison to since they've even been in conflict with these Arab people in the region, going back to the shit since they even got there. It's been numerous. It's been numerous of bodies, lots of death, and they've always gotten protection from the West. So that's why it's been one-sided. And they'll never call that an act of anti, the rest, because, those people over there are also Shemitic too. But if it was to happen the other way around, then that's the only time you can apply the term. So it's like everything that they're doing, the world is starting to get fed up because they're seeing the bigger picture. And because the world is finally starting to pay attention and figure them out, now they want to wage war against pretty much the world. Like, if y'all not going to support us in our evil endeavors, then the hell with all you goyim, all you cattle out there. That's pretty much how they're starting to feel now. Because we're going to move along with our agenda, whether you with it or not. All right. So that's where they're at. So now if you disagree with their objective, then you're a terrorist. All right. You're a hater. You're anti-Sim. But they don't understand that eventually they're gonna be held accountable. Judgment. The Most High is the God of judgment, man, and with Him, all actions are weighed. It's like He's the God of knowledge, so He knows everything that you do, and He's also, a God of judgment, and He does not do any iniquity when it comes to justice. Okay. So I'll play it a little more, and then we'll get some more scripts.
We don't know how many more buried beneath the rubble, and no doubt probably another 10,000 plus. The videos that are so eerily that back up everything this man has said. I've looked at many videos of Orthodox Israelis destroying food supplies that are being humanitarian aid that are being sent into Gaza, destroying them before they can even get in there. We've got countless bombings of buildings. You've got video footage of Israeli drones.
It's all documented. It's all recorded. It's all on the internet. Very inhumane. And they don't care. They have no shame about that. They're determined to do what they're doing. Well, the world is actually paying attention. We've been viewing everything since it all started. But that's how proud they are. They don't think that they're gonna have to face, the judgments. Let me get this real quick. And this is why America's going to get destroyed. America being the hammer of the earth, you're responsible worldwide for all this bloodshed and devastation and, all this death. That's why at the end of the day, it's just going to be you, them, and that's it. Everybody else is going to be against you. Let's go to Job 20. And this is Job 20 and yeah, I'll start at verse 18. It says, "That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down." Basically all the wealth, the riches, the lands that they took. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor. You look at the world condition right now, everybody's struggling, everybody's in poverty, everybody's in debt, while they're sitting up, spending all this debt money, right? It's going in their pockets, and they're spending it on their military complex just so that they can take it out on civilians to continue to expand territory. They don't care how inhumane it appears to be. You just got to do it, and if you ain't with it, then anti-sim. That's what it is. It says, "Because he have violently taken away an house which he builded not," and ultimately, that land belonged to us. Right now, who occupies it? Idumea and the residue of the heathen. All right, you can read Ezekiel the 36th chapter around the 34th, around the 4th or 5th verse. All right, this says, "Surely he will not feel quietness in his belly." Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to rest good, right? "He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." And that's talking about, those that are, they're laborers. Meaning they toil. They're overworked. They oppressed. They don't have a pot to piss in, but they know who holds all the wealth, the earth's, the world's wealth. So the people starting to align themselves to come against, the wicked elite who controls and runs the world and have everything in their possession, right? It says, "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating." When you get to that point, when you figure, you got you got everything that you want to accomplish as far as his New World Order, that's when the Lord's gonna bring judgment. That's when the Lord's gonna show up. He's gonna pull up, gather his elect, fire upon the armies, the militaries of the world, and ultimately you're gonna lose your kingdom. And what's gonna rain upon you? The missiles, which the super rich, they're gonna be in hiding, but your military forces, those who enforce the New World Order, that's gonna be on land. They're gonna get melted, man. It says, "He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." The missile, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yet the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. And that's what you see happening now. These nations are starting to rise up. Because I can tell, it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, they're going to, say that taunting proverb, "Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his." So they suddenly let me get that. Habakkuk 2 and 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and a wig that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So that's why you're going to be backed into a corner. And you being the least of the flock, drawing all these nations out, you're going to get yourself, along with the hammer of the earth, wiped out. And that's what's going to eventually happen. All right. So, they're perverting justice because they're really showing you that they really don't care about you. If you're not one of them, you're goyim. Your life is disposable. All right. Ecclesiastes 5 and 8, it says, if thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of justice, it's like a perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Ultimately, the Heavenly Father, he that sits on his throne, he sees all things. His eyes in every place, beholding the good and the evil. So he regards everything. All right. Let me get this in Psalms 10 and 16. And it says, the Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. And that's getting ready to happen. In the war, it says, Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine eye to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Okay, let me get Psalms 140 real quick. Psalms 140 and this Psalms 140 and 11, it says, let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Like Satan, Satan on you. He stayed talking shit and even twisting scriptures to justify what they're doing. It says, evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. I know the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. And some of them among the Palestinians are Jake. So yeah, man.
Young people walking and they're targeted and shot and killed dead, totally unarmed. And there's plenty enough time as the drone follows these people, so they've had time to already determine if they're a threat or not. And then they're just wiped out.
Yeah, he's just a mass murderer, man, just like their forefather Cain. And let's go there real quick. You can't tell me that these are not descendants of Cain. This is Genesis 4. And verse 8, it says, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother. And this is, with his younger brother, he did what was right by offering the right sacrifice to the Most High. And this demon, he offered up fruit as a sacrifice. He was being an asshole. And he got jealous because his brother did what was right. And he didn't do it. It says, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. So he was a straight up murderer. It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And the Lord asked him that knowing what happened, but he wanted to, check Cain's temperature. And we all know how Cain gets down. And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So he got sarcastic with the Lord and he lied to him. See that? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Imagine how much blood that these people are responsible for all these years, man. That's a lot of blood. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her fruit. It's like her strength. And that's why the earth is under the curse now, especially the Holy Land. They need the kibbutz for them to even have anything there. Because you got Cain dwelling in the Holy Land right now. It says, a fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And a fugitive is constantly on the run, you know, and they, you know, trying to hide behind identities. Somebody that knows that they're wrong and they're wanted. Then they play the victim role, the victim card. Everybody's out to get us. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Playing victim when you just committed a murder. But he doesn't want the justice, you know. He doesn't believe in justice when he's in the wrong. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And that's why everybody to this day wants your head. But it's right now you're in power. You're the head of the nations. It says that Amalek would be the first of the nations. So right now you're in power, you know, just to fulfill the Most High's purpose, his will. But that day is going to come. But right now, anybody that comes against you, and this is what Cain actually knew, right? Nobody can really do nothing against you because you're in power, all right? All these militaries, all these governors and rulers, they're in league with you. They have to uphold you. And then America, of course, you know, the military force, they have to give allegiance to you. It says, and the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. All right. So you do anything against them, vengeance is going to be taken on you sevenfold. So, you know, you take one of them out, they're going to take out a whole village. That's just how they get down. So, Satan on you, he's not going to, they're not going to do anything to him because he's doing a good job for his overlords. Okay. Now let's jump down to Lamech. Let's get into Lamech real quick. Because he actually bragged about murder. Yeah, Genesis 4 and 22, it says, and Zillah, she also bears Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice. So you about to brag real quick. You wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. So he's like, I just committed some murders, and if my father, my forefather, if he gets avenged sevenfold, if somebody do something to him, then how much more would me? Can't nobody touch me. And that's them. So he's not gonna get held accountable. They can murder as many people as they want. So the curtains are gonna start closing, man. The walls are gonna start closing in. All right, because the Most High, he's gonna ultimately bring judgment down. Okay, he's gonna bring judgment down. So, you know, that's pretty much that. I just want to Go into this and Lord willing, y'all will edify them and give all praise to y'all, Bashem Shai. Shalom.